let's begin with the next set. This set focuses mainly on economics. NCERT, Investopedia and contemporary topics in economics have been the focus. The first question here is about two of the important laws in ancient India, which was the Mitakshara and Dayabhag. Mitakshara was prominent across India except East. However, Dayabhag was in Eastern India predominantly. Now, under both these laws, what was the idea? Under Mitakshara, the property was either the property that father has inherited or father has accumulated it by his own. So under the Mitakshara, son can claim the right to the property during the time of the father. However, under Dayabhag, son can claim it after the death of the father. And in Mitakshara, there has been no mention about females or the rights of the women have been restricted. However, in Dayabhag, this has been the rule regarding women and their rights have been lenient. But there has been no mention of the inheritance from the women. So, 2 only is the right answer for this question. Coming on next is the question on basic economy and money multiplier. Now, under money multiplier, how do we understand? Money multiplier is the reverse of or the inverse of the legal reserve ratio. What is the legal reserve ratio? It can be CRR, SSR. So if a money multiplier is increasing, these have to decrease. So both of these cannot be the right answer. But yes, with the changing banking habits, people can go for more loans, more credits, and therefore as the money multiplier increases, this happens with the increase in the banking habit of the people. The next question talks about the demand pull inflation. What do we mean by demand pull inflation? Demand pull inflation simply means because of rising demand. Now, rising demand would happen when there is increasing money supply. So, there is expansionary policy. We are reducing the interest rate and more money into the market. There is more fiscal stimulus, again more money into the market. And if people have more capacity to buy, this would increase the demand. And therefore, 1, 2 and 4 are the right options. However, with rising interest rate, the demand pull inflation would decrease. So this is a contrary to it. So 1, 2 and 4 would be the right options. Coming on next, the question talks about 3 of the statements. So the Central Depository Services Limited is by the Bombay Stock Exchange, and later on there has been certification received from SEBI. So this is an incorrect statement. The negotiated dealing system order matching is the government security trading platform for or of the RBI. It's operated by the Reserve Bank and it facilitates the issuing and exchange of government securities and other type of money market instruments. Also, through the Demat account, treasury bills and Government of India debt bonds, investment in those can be made. So 1 and 2 are the right options here. Coming on next is Water Credit. Now, Water Credit is an NGO by water.org. It puts microfinance tools to work, and that is mainly for 2 sectors, which is water and sanitation factors. Now, this is the correct option. Second is incorrect, and then it enables the poor people to meet their needs without depending on the subsidies, again correct. So 1 and 3 are the right options for this question. Now this is a global non-profit organization which works for using microfinancing tools for water and sanitation and gives the poor actually the place to have the benefit of it. The next is RBI, or the central bank, is known as the lender of last resort. Why? Because if the bank is in temporary crisis, it would provide liquidity to the bank, and also when the they cannot borrow from any other sources, this would lend the money. So 1 and 2 are the correct options. Very direct question from your NCERT sections again. R2 code of practice is a practice used for an electronics recycling industry, and this is achieved for basically giving in proper technologies for recycling. So very recent questions, we have covered this in our expected classes. The next question is about copper smelting. Now copper smelting, again this is from NCERT's 6 to 10 science. Copper smelting, what is happening? There are 2 methods, either flash smelting is done or converter furnace. Both of them are common methods, and in this sulfur dioxide is released, not carbon monoxide. So first is incorrect, 3 is correct. and copper slag which is released can have some heavy metals, and those would be released into the atmosphere. So 2 and 3 are the correct answers for this question. Coming next is a question on furnace oil. Furnace oil is a product of oil refineries, definitely. It can cause sulfur emissions into the atmosphere and it is used to generate power. All three are the correct answers. This furnace oil is also known as the bunker oil. This oil is also known as the fuel oil. Very, very important and basic part of your separation method, where we are using crude distillation unit. So that is what again is a part of NCERT syllabus. The next question is blue carbon, a recent contemporary topic we had covered in our expected classes. So blue carbon is a carbon captured by oceans and coastal atmosphere. This was also part of your down to earth edition. So again a very direct question. The carbon which is absorbed or captured by the oceans and the coastal atmosphere is known as blue carbon. Now, which of the following are found on a surface without soil? An interesting question. Without soil. Now, ferns are grown on trees, but trees require soil. So this is not the right option. Mushrooms require soil or rocky structure in some form. So lichens and mosses are the correct option. So lichen and mosses can grow in any part of the soil, and they only need actually moisture to germinate predominantly. The next question is, which of the following is correct? Now the governor of the RBI is appointed by the central government. That is true. The certain provisions of the Constitution of India give rise to the central government the right to issue the directions to the RBI in public interest. Again true. And the governor of the RBI draws the power from the RBI Act, that is under the management which has been mentioned under the RBI circular. So all of these three are the correct statement. Coming on next is another question from economics, and this is about casual worker. However, this focuses on the recent provisions which is given. Now the EPF provision which was released in 1952 mentions that a person who has the monthly pay of 6,500 would be eligible, and all temporary workers and all casual workers would be covered in it. So this becomes the correct answer. Now coming on to the next choices. So under the Payment of Wages Amendment Bill 2017, it is clearly mentioned that the wages would directly go to the bank account of an individual. So 3 is again correct. Now casual workers are not entitled for regular working hours or overtime payment. There is nothing specifically mentioned about it. Now there can be two kind of working environment. One is where they are paid 1/30th of the pay at the minimum of the relevant pay scale, plus the DNS allowance for 8 hours a day, or there can be a case where casual workers may be paid the minimum amount which is notified by the Ministry of Labor or Employment, whichever is higher, but overtime payment and regular working hours are not mentioned. So 1 and 3 is the right answer for this question. Coming next is the question on which of the steps are taken to which of the steps are most probably taken at the time of economic recession. Now, in the economic recession, if you are cutting down the tax rate, that means people will start saving more. But if you are increasing the tax rate, again, increasing the interest rate, what would happen? People will start to save. So that is not a valid option. Also, if you are increasing the tax rate, then people spending would be cut down. So again, that is not good for economy to grow. But yes, the only good way is to spend more on public projects. That way, money would go into the hands of the people and there would be more circulation. So B is the right option. Coming next is the question about the basic question from the demand supply, which we have covered in our NCERT 11th economics. And here the question says, other things remain unchanged, market demand increase if. Now what are substitutes and complements? Complements are the things that go together. For example, we know tea and sugar. However, substitutes are tea and coffee. So if the price of the coffee increases, the price of the tea would go down. Okay, so market demand for tea would increase if the substitute price is higher, because people would not buy coffee, rather switch to tea. But this won't be true when the price of the complement is rising, because if the price of sugar rises, there would be less chance that people would be buying tea as well. But if the price falls, definitely it would be true. The last one here is the income of the consumer increases. Now, if the income of the consumer increases, consumer would shift to a superior good rather than an inferior good. So 1 and 4 would be the right options for this question. The next question talks about the urban cooperative banks. Now, urban cooperative banks, in 2020, the Banking Regulation Ordinance amendment was released, and it talks about powers to issue shares and securities to cooperative banks. So, 2 here is the right option. Now, these are regulated and supervised by both state governments through the registrar of the cooperative society and by the RBI. So, local board is not the right option. So, 1 is not the correct option. And they were brought under the purview of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 through an amendment in 66. That is correct. So, you have 2 and 3 as the right option. Coming on next is the question which talks about Indian government bond yields are influenced by. So, Indian government bond yields, for example, yields from Kisan Vikas Patra, NSC. So, all these would increase when there are increase in short-term interest rate. It has nothing to do with US Federal Reserve or the actions of RBI. So, 3 only is the right answer. The next question on economics focus on the foreign direct investment. Now, which of the following should be included? What are excluded? Let's understand those. So, global depository receipts, then you have foreign currency convertible bonds, then is American depository receipts, and any kind of convertible warrant. If any of these are there, they are not included in foreign direct investment or FDI. So here 1 cannot be included and 3 cannot be included. So 2 and 4 would be the right option. Again, a very important question from your basics of economics NCERT. The next question is devaluation. The effect of devaluation of the currency is that it necessarily does what? It improves the competitiveness in the domestic export market. It won't increase the value of the domestic currency, but yes, since your currency value is less, there would be more competitiveness in the foreign market, and therefore 1 is the right option. The next question here is about black money. Which of the following is the effect of creation of black money in India and a main cause of worry for the government? Now, when there is black money, what would happen? The revenue would be lost. This would be mainly due to tax evasion, and therefore D is the right option. Very direct, very general question. And the last question is again a direct question. This talks about which of the following is most likely to be a reason for bringing in most inflationary effects. Now, creation of new money to finance a budget would increase the money supply, and that is the only area through which money supply can be increased. So D would be the right option. So this section mainly focused on economics. We would be covering the remaining 3 parts in the upcoming sessions. For detailed descriptions and detailed analysis, refer the links below. Wish you good luck.